Alright guys, and welcome back to the third day of building out of the 12 days of building. And right now we have this very simple structure. It's not too much going on. There's a porch, there's a couple jut outs, a couple things going on, but I think that this is going to need a roof. That's right, we're moving on to this now. And to be able to make a good roof, you need to have an idea of what is proud and what is not proud. Now, a proud roof is something like, if we go back over to here, it's something that it grabs attention. It brings your eye upward, it goes to a peak normally, it really grabs your attention. Not proud is something along these lines where it helps focus in onto the proud part. Now, when you start, you need to find out what's going to be the proud part. Normally, it's the highest point, so it's going to be here, and you wouldn't have it go up here and back down. You would instead have it go on this side, go up and back down. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get a little bit of stuff going, but the way I'm going to do this is we're going to start out right here and go a little bit farther down. So something along these lines, and we're going to slowly build it going up at a steeper and steeper angle. So for instance, maybe instead of this, we'll do something along these lines and then bring it up by a block. So you see how it's a little bit less steep. Unfortunately, because of the way the blocks are shaped, there isn't just a block here. You can't put like a stair here. So you have a little bit of limitations. But another way around this is maybe to do something like this, and it shapes in. But we'll be finding ways to be able to accomplish it in a different way. So I'm going to get the outline of it and then talk to you guys about what I've done. Alright? Alright. Oh. And welcome back. Alright guys, and this is what we got right now. So as you can tell, it's pretty simple, pretty basic. So the way I made this shape is that the stair here, and then there's two slabs on different block ends. So if we put a block underneath here, you can see like top slab, bottom slab. And it goes up by like that for just a consistent angle, and then we add one block, then go off to the side, then 2 blocks off to the side, then 3 blocks, then off to the side. And that's what all these are based off of, nice and simple. And I made a little design up here, kind of makes it look like a duck, but I'm okay with that, and a smaller one in the back because, well, the back end doesn't matter as much. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to use the birch like we normally do, and we're going to fill this in right here, all the way up. And I'm going to just do one layer of this for you guys on camera, because we don't need this to be a 30-minute long episode or anything now, do we? Just so that looks good, alright? Then from here, what we're going to do actually is we are going to sync back this design. So we're going to use the normal stairs going right here and then right here. But once it gets to this point, we're going to continue with our stairs instead of going up a block. Come around here and just put one down temporarily, and then it goes up by 2. So we're skipping the single block and then moving straight on with the next one. So whatever's here, we bring it down by 1. Then it's going to be up by 3. And then we're going to bring this over by 1. And here you either have the option of doing a full block, but personally I'm going to bring it across with the stone brick just to accentuate that. And you see what effect that gives? It makes it so it's a layered design. And personally, I think it looks a lot better. Now, yes, this is a connected texture, and it's pretty flat right there. But to be able to fix that, we'd have to bring this all out by another block, which I think would detract from this possibly. So I'm going to do this on the other 4 sections, and I'll catch you back when we're done. Alright? Alright. Alright, and we have that in. I think it's looking pretty good. I do think though that I'm going to bring these out by a block just to show you guys what that looks like. I do think it would actually look better. So what we're going to do to accomplish that and be able to modify this is we're going to make this 3 half slabs tall. And then we're going to take this and pop it up here, and you catch on to what I'm doing, right? So I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright? Alright, and here it is. It has a lot more depth, it looks a little bit deeper, and I think that we don't need this to be 3 half slabs tall. I'm kind of showing the process I go through when building a decorative roof like this, because there aren't many hard, fast rules when it comes to a roof, which makes it difficult for those of us that think in hard, fast rules. So I believe this is a really nice design. It has a good peak, a good proud peak, and now we need to accentuate that peak. So one of the easiest ways to do that is to add a small slight slant. So if we take this and do something along these lines and just very simply bring this up, it doesn't matter if it meets up perfectly. Whoops, something like this. Break that bottom one. And it actually does meet up perfectly, which is actually interesting. It'll help it flow up a little bit more, but it can detract from it a little bit. So we have to build it to find out. So basic structure, just like this. Go to the front of it, and it brings it right on up. Now, it does look like it's kind of floating here, though. So first way to add structural support is to match the frame block of the structure at hand. So if we do something like this, actually let's change out the bottom here too. It fits in very well. Then all you got to do from there, add in a little support beam going along up here. And that doesn't meet up quite right, so we can just do something like that. That might bother a few of you, but it's just the way it ends up. So if you want, you can bring it over to this point and bring it down, which can work just as well. But something like this, it adds a good anchor point for it to be connected to. Now, if you want it to match like it does over here, something along these lines, and it'll look just great. And there. So I'm going to do something like that for something like this for the front here, and then we'll talk about the curved edges. And something like that just makes it so it directs your eyes upward toward the greater roof. This brings it in. Let's talk about this curved section now. So first of all, these beams here are going to end up being supports for it. So we're going to do something like this, and judging by the curve here, I think the whole thing should have a wraparound curve to it. So if we bring this, I want it to be a little bit taller though. Well, with what we have, let's just do something like this. We're going to go actually extended route, so over the block instead of inside the blocks. Here and here. Nice little shape there, and then we're going to add a second one to be able to layer this out. Bring it in a little bit farther. Connect this right on up, and then we're going to slab it. Now the way we're going to slab it isn't just going to be like this. We're going to do that for the first interior layer, and then all this is going to go up by another block. And what that does is it helps this funnel up to here as well. So all the roofs draw your eyes straight to this top peak, which is what you want it to do. So this is the way I would tackle and try to figure out the way for a good roof design for something along these lines. So I'm going to finish up these 3 other roofs and tell you what I think and the way I accomplish what I do. Alright guys, welcome back. So let's start on over here at this small little house. Basically all I did was I brought this up so it would meet up with the staircase we have over here to be able to add this little light small arch, and I was thinking that in here the options are either cobblestone or jungle wood, and jungle wood would work. The only issue is that when it's placed right here, there's the contraction here. So what in the future, next episode, we're going to be talking about how to be able to fix that, but there's no need to worry about it quite yet. We'll be able to take care of it. So if you're sitting there and you think that your build doesn't look good, you don't understand what's going on, wait until next episode or the following one. I can't remember which. It's one of the ones in the series, and it'll explain to you how to be able to build in a way that makes it so this harsh edge and touching textures just doesn't throw you off so much. And that's going to be a feature going around here. Right here, it's a slight point and levels out. very, very simple, and for a college dorm style, it fits well. But for this little watchtower to be able to keep sure that everyone on the campus is doing right, we did a cylindrical base top going all the way up, and it looks really nice, I think. And then over here, our tavern. Very, very tall roof, decorative top, but not too decorative because it's a tavern. And on the sides, it's a slight slope. And here is the best example of it pointing toward the top. Now, the thing that's very interesting is, yes, this will be a tavern, but this does look like what would be a mid-century, medieval centuries church. But don't worry, when we go inside, you'll see that it'll be a tavern. This fits very well. This angled roof here draws your eyes upward to notice this. And this here is an essential evil, basically. It's a necessary evil because it does draw its point away from the proudest part of it, but it still fits well with the build and it makes sense. Here, there isn't much of a proud point, so it doesn't need as many things supporting it. So if you notice, there isn't anything here. I just rounded out the edge here. There isn't anything on this porch because this here is all we need to focus on. If we added things here to try to point to it, it would be a distraction from this centerpiece. So with that all out of the way, I think only thing left is to turn all this to spruce and say goodbye until tomorrow. So, alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about pallet, which is going to be exciting. This is what this large display over here is all about. It is broken up into the 16 main types, and all the blocks that fall into that type, at least by my standard. And I am very excited to talk about it. So thank you guys for stopping in. I hope you appreciated this episode. Please give it a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell or else you're going to miss tomorrow's episode, and I'll catch you guys back here with the next one. All right.